What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the M.O.B podcast. As you know, it's your boy DK, aka Mr. Black Sheep himself. And as always, I'm joined by the homie Torture. Say what's up, Torture.
Yer.
And today we got a very special guest, Otis of Blurred Approved Entertainment. How you doing today, Mr. Otis?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, give him a round of applause, everybody. Give him a round of applause. As you guys can see,
No applause
Dallas is.
necessary.
As you guys can see, Dallas is not here. Unfortunately, Dallas is sick, so we're gonna keep going with things. But just make sure he has a speedy recovery. Pray for him and all that other good stuff. But yeah, if Dallas could be here, he would have been here. I know that for a fact. So, all right, let's go. Okay. Oh, Jake, I appreciate you liking the stream.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Yeah. We gotta love ourselves first, right? Before anything else. Exactly.
We gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta love ourselves. I ain't usually on to like some of that hippie stuff, but I be pulling the positives.
You be pulling the positives. I feel you.
I don't do none of like the herb burning stuff. Like they get the big
like
ass
the incense and sage and all that shit.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
no herb burning whatsoever? Like
Yeah.
talking about
Oh
Nah,
no!
man, I hate
Oh, he
plants.
can't. I'm about to say
Like-
he can't do that. All right. So for everybody who doesn't know you, Otis, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
yeah, I am Otis East of Blurred Entertainment. If you on PSN, you might know me as Lelouch B. I don't know what to say
Okay,
about me. I'm
okay.
just
Big Kogias.
yeah, I'm a big Kogias fan. That's my favorite thing. Lelouch is my spirit animal.
Hey.
Good taste in anime, at least. That's good.
I do a lot of podcasting. That's kind of been like the curve I've been on lately. I'm a huge shit talker, man. Be careful about your anime opinions near me, because I might break your favorite show.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
maybe we
It's,
should talk
uh,
about something like that. Maybe we should talk a
Uh-oh.
little bit about that because I'm a little hypercritical as well. So maybe we like each other, maybe we don't. We'll have to see.
I wanna settle this. I
You
wanna
might not
settle
like
this right
my
now.
because like as much as I love Naruto, I got a lot of shit to say about that. So
Oh,
man.
hey, listen. Jake just heard me speak about it the other day. I told him I love Naruto with a passion, but I will not sit here and act like it isn't one of the shows that has some of the shittiest writing in anime. I'll keep it a buck. It really does have
Yeah.
terrible writing.
It's like how you go from being about ninjas to
space
space
aliens.
cyborgs,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, so they
it's
took
just
a
not a
page out
smooth
of
transition.
the Fast and Furious franchise. They
It
said,
feels
Yeah.
like it.
They
It
ain't really
feels
know
like
where
it.
to stop, They ain't really know where to stop. But all right, y'all. Let's go
They
ahead
don't
and
do
get
it in
into
the family,
today's
they do village.
episode. As always, first off, I like to ask everybody, how's everybody's weeks been? So, Jake, how your week been, brother? It's cold.
Week's
Sorry, I'm
been
shivering
good.
a
Week's
bitch.
been good. It was actually a this week, as far as work wise, like it was a little bit slower, which was nice because I work a type of job that's not high stress all the time, constantly go, go, go. Everything comes in waves, and it's either famine or feast when it comes to my job. So even though I had a slower week, and I know, it was kind of nice to like recuperate, catch up on some old assignments, put more time into some of my hobbies and everything. I know that this is the calm before the storm,
Mhm.
I might have to go take another business trip out here real soon. So it's but that's just the nature of the job. Things come in waves. But all
Right.
in all, nothing's been bad. You know what I mean? Like I can't say anything's been bad.
That's what's up, and that's for myself. It's been a chill week, man. The way my job works, we have certain periods where we to call innovation periods, where you basically project plan for the next couple months or whatever. So that's how it's been for me. Pitching ideas, learning some new stuff, trying to get things accomplished or whatnot.
That's what's up.
So it's been a little low speed, a lot of meetings. Other than that, I've been watching some, catching up on some shows. I'm watching a Chinese show right now on Netflix based off of the anime Prince of Tennis.
The Immortal
It-
King or something
so
like that. Oh, never mind.
no, I seen the Immortal King, that anime. I seen that. And that was actually pretty good too. But nah, I'm watching right now. I'm watching the Prince of Tennis. It's a live action Chinese show. And it's based off of the anime of the same name. So it's a tennis
No,
show. It's a little corny, but I like it.
Prince of Tennis is one of my all-time favorite shows. Period. Like
Oh.
Ryoma Etchison is one of my goats.
So I don't
Definitely.
know if
Love Prince of Tennis.
I don't know how you'll feel about the live action because it's all based in China and all that other stuff. And a lot of times when you watch something that you love the anime in the live action isn't necessarily so
The
faithful.
live
You
action,
may not necessarily fuck with it. So, but yeah,
I mean,
and then,
I heard that
I've been
Rurouni
watching.
Kenshin live action's good.
Oh yeah, those Rurouni Kenshin live actions are fire. Other than
Yeah,
that,
some of
I've
the
been
X,
finishing
yeah.
up this anime 86. I know you guys saw me watching that shit, as we were starting the shit up, man. That shit is good. I'm on the last episode 11. I don't know how that show came under my radar because I'm usually on it when it comes to anime, but I don't know where I saw it. But I saw the wallpaper of it, and I was like, yo, this shit look kind of fire. So let me check it out. And 10 episodes in, it hits hard. It hits hard. It's definitely, I will say this, in terms of like how hard it hits in 11 episodes is on that like Iron-Blooded Orphan shit. So, Otis, I know what I know you've seen it. Jake, you might not know what that means, but it's just one of them shows
I'm like
where
4 episodes in.
it's one of them shows where you can't necessarily get attached to everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Yeah.
And Otis, man, how your week, man, brother?
Work field. That's all. I felt like that's all I did this week was work. And I've had to eat my words because I just knew that this new Suicide Squad movie was gonna be trash. I thought it was gonna be terrible. Like even seeing that it was James Gunn taking over, but that was a good movie. Honestly, that was
What made you think
good.
it was gonna be so bad?
because
the
it's
first one was
DCEU.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, just the
honest,
fact that just because of its parent company and how they treat all their other property.
pretty much.
Oh,
Like
I don't blame
after
you.
seeing
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Wonder Woman 84,
was so
Justice League, like
That's
it
crazy
just had
too,
a
'cause I
bad
like
track
Right? No,
record.
justified. That is justified.
I like the
But
first
then at the
Wonder
same
Woman.
time-
The first Wonder Woman was
Yeah, the
fire.
first Wonder
Yeah, the
Woman
first
was
one
dope.
was solid.
84 was
Like
trash.
that's like the only like solid movie in that line for me because like I didn't mess with
Mhm.
Aquaman that heavy. Like I thought it looked
Yeah.
nice, but like
Mhm.
story wise, it was just kind of eh.
Yeah.
I don't even need to talk about Batman versus Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's trash. We all know how trash that was.
I mean, Man of Steel, I actually kind of liked, but that still had its issues. Yeah, but like, this is the first movie in that whole lineup, so like, this is a good movie, like
That's what's up.
legitimately good movie.
That's what's up.
I gotta check it out, man. I got this chick who I cut ties off, but she left her HBO Max on my shit, so I'm about to go. I'm about to go watch it before she,
Hey, man,
before she
HBO be
cancel the
hitting.
shit. I'm about to watch it
I
before she
use that
cancel
more
the
than
shit.
Netflix. Yeah, HBO's the shit.
Yeah, I actually watched that Harley Quinn show on there. That shit was hilarious.
Fire.
Oh, the cartoon?
Fire.
That shit is so
Yes,
good. That shit
fire.
is so good. Yeah, the Harley
that
Quinn.
shit is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I saw a couple of
Did you
clips
finish it?
floating
Because I
around.
don't want to say anything to spoil it.
I did. I finished both seasons. So.
I have not finished it yet.
Okay.
I'm halfway
All right,
through season 2.
We won't. Yeah, I finished both seasons. I enjoyed it. I hope they come out with season 3. I liked it a lot. A lot of people were saying certain things about the show. One of the things I kept hearing about was just like it's one of those, and they actually addressed it during the show about how people were saying like it's like propaganda for feminism and all this other shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel that way about it. I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
I didn't feel it at all.
I thought it was funny as shit.
I don't get those vibes at all.
So I've been
It
using
wasn't Captain
HBO
Marvel.
Max. I'm trying to gotta be sneaky with it though, because I don't want Shorty seeing that and then being like,
Right, she's gonna log in and be like, "When did I last watch this?"
Exactly.
Why
So
is this recommended?
I actually
all
saw.
messed up?
This is so fucked up, but I actually saw that she watched the Suicide Squad, so I was like, all right, bet I can watch this now.
Yeah.
And watch when you start. It's like, wait, I didn't start this from the beginning. I finished this. Who was on my shit?
No, I'll make sure I finish it, and then in one sitting. That way, there's no.
Gotta use it smart.
Exactly. Gotta be smart about it. What is HBO Max, like $20 a month or some shit?
I don't even think it's
It's like
that much.
15.
See,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, man. I got Netflix.
Bro,
I
that's
got
just as
Hulu.
much as Netflix.
So, but I'm saying I got Netflix. I got my pops pay for Netflix. I pay for Hulu, and then I guess she could pay.
Bro, I
for
told you
HBO Max.
when to get Hulu. Every
I know.
Black Friday.
I got it.
Hulu
I got it. The
does
$2 joint.
Yeah,
That's what I
Well,
got.
so you made it sound like you were paying like full subscription for the
I'm still
Hulu.
paying for it. Shit, that's how I feel about
But,
it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but there's a difference between $3 and $16. Like, come
True.
on now.
Right.
True, and I know, and the $2 one is still the one that has like the ads and shit, which is a little annoying.
Yeah,
It's a
I'll
little
pay
annoying.
$2 a month for ads. I don't give a shit.
I know, but I be trying to watch, like, that's one of the things. Like, I was trying to watch Bleach and whatnot, and it makes it the full 30 minutes because of the fact that
Yeah,
Because the commercials.
yeah, the commercial. And I'm like, fuck, and then Netflix. See, the thing about Hulu is that Hulu, when they drop something, they drop all of it. So they drop like the whole series. Netflix for Bleach, they only have like up to certain seasons. So that's why I had to watch it on Hulu instead. And then actually Netflix just dropped Hunter x Hunter, the whole thing. So I actually might rewatch Hunter x Hunter.
Finally.
Yeah, I might rewatch Hunter x Hunter. It's been a while.
the original or the
The
like
2011.
2011
Yeah,
version.
2011 version.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know why I even asked because I've only seen the recent version.
Yeah, the original stops at the night trope arc, or what is it called? The night trope? Is that what they call it? The Phantom trope? What's that group
Phantom
called?
Troop,
Phantom, yeah.
Phantom Troop.
Yeah, the Phantom troop. So the original stops at that arc, that New York City arc, and then it doesn't get into the whole Guilty Island and everything else. So, but that's because again, when the original was made, it was like '98 or some shit like that, and that's really how far the guy was on it. So 2011 was, after.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and
we're still waiting
he's
on
only like it's 2021. It was like he's only 3 arcs later.
Yeah,
Like that's
we're
it.
still waiting on it. Motherfuckers stay getting sick and having to put their shit on hiatus. I think they said it's been like 2 years since the last chapter was released or some shit like that. So
Damn.
yeah. Oh man. All right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just get right into today's episode. We're gonna talking about a lot of different shit. Actually, you know what? Before we even get into that, Otis, I got a couple of questions to ask you. In regards to the blurred approved, blurred approved entertainment and all that good shit. So first off, are you the creator and the founder of this group, or are you one of the main people, or what's up with that?
I'm essentially the founder of it. We were initially another group. I'm not gonna mention on here, but we transitioned over to being Blurred Approved Entertainment.
Drama.
Yeah, right. The beef.
Yeah, yes, you have, man. Not
Hey,
even gonna do that on this today's show.
All right,
you already opened the can. Spill the beans. You already opened the
messy
can.
with it, but nah, we gonna respect your privacy. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't gotta talk about it. But if you want to talk your shit, you can talk your shit too.
No, I'll do that another episode. But I'm the founder. Also do a lot of the pretty much all the graphic design at this point.
That's what's up.
Collectively we put together. We got 7 different podcasts that we're trying to push right now, which sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of
That is
different
yeah,
podcasts. What are
a
the
lot of
metrics
podcasts.
of this group you got going on, man? How big is your group?
The group itself, I think we're getting close to 6,000 members, so I think like
Ooh,
5,600.
they got bodies. Shit.
Yeah, it's nowhere near what we used to be. We were actually pretty a lot bigger before, but there's nothing wrong with streamlining things down.
He
And
said
then
it's
we
good,
just
but I've had better.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I can't blame
Yeah.
you. You know, if I went from a house to a trailer, I'd be mad as shit.
Hey, he went from a house to an
but,
apartment though. It's not really a trailer.
Okay.
We're
I
a
mean,
trailer.
hey, I was just making
like
an
a,
analogy.
We're
I
like
was
a
just making
studio
an
apartment. We're just we ain't shit.
studio apartment.
I'm sorry, man.
No.
Go ahead. Do you? My
Yeah,
bad.
right.
You all good. You are all good. But no, just trying to learn about podcasting because we're still all relatively new to it. All the people that I've been able to partner with, they pretty much had never podcasted before. Encountering me, and we just kind of went through the process of learning how to do it. Thanks to so I guess I would plug it here too. StreamYard. Anybody looking to do something new with podcasting or game streaming, I highly recommend trying it out just because it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah,
But,
Otis was telling us about that. We're probably gonna look into that as well to make things easier for our podcast. But yeah.
Definitely.
So but BAE, what is that? What does that stand for, and what is it about, essentially?
Blurred Approved Entertainment. It's essentially just a collective of different types of creatives. Like, we got writers on hand, we got a couple artists, like, graphic artists, not music artists yet, but
Hmm.
I'm working on that.
Dope.
And we're just creating as much entertainment as we can. Everything from, like, we're starting with the podcast. We're gonna venture into, like, some short animation,
Mm.
game streaming. We've already been doing too. Just as much blurry material as we can cover, we're
Okay.
gonna cover.
That's what's up.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. That sounds a little bit similar to Black Sheep Collective, so I fucks with it. I definitely
Yeah.
fucks with it.
How
Yeah.
did it come about? Was it just like were you just like with some buddies one day and then you're just like, man, fuck this, like we need to get on and like we need to like find more of our own, or was it something like you actually wanted to like
Uh,
promote, like
it's
because things evolve, like was
so
this something that started like
yeah,
you didn't expect it to be like this? Like how did it actually come together?
had no. So initially we were partnered with a group called Band Black Anime Nerds.
Okay,
We were a lot of us were either admin or mods in there.
gotcha,
We kind of branched off into doing our own thing. At first, we was just like, essentially we made a meme page, like,
gotcha,
posting
gotcha.
death battles and memes that got pretty
Right.
big. People started interacting with us more. It was like, you know what? Like, how can we get more in tune with our following? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why not talk to them directly? So that's a podcast, and then just been building from there.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, it is what's up.
Yeah.
I think it's cool when you start something and you don't necessarily like have an idea of how big it'll get, or maybe you're not even worried about how big it'll get. You're just starting something for the fun of it, and then seeing it become something much bigger and breaking like all your expectations. That must be a pretty dope feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing, honestly, because it just through this we've been able to make connections that I never thought that I would. Like, I
Right.
I got to talk. I don't know if you know who Bo Billingsley is, but he's the voice of Jet from
Yes,
Cowboy Bebop.
yes,
Oh, nice.
We got to interview him, and I got to like pick his brain for a second, and that was amazing. Like,
yeah.
that was one of the greatest experiences that I've
What
had.
what was one of those burning questions?
I had to ask, like, would you have preferred if Jet was black? Like, I had to
Mm-hmm.
to know, it's like, how he felt about that. It was like, in my mind, Jet is black. And it was like, all right, all right, it's your
Hey,
character you
Yeah.
hey.
voiced, and I can't knock you for it.
Man,
So
I tell Jake all the time, bro. There's a scene in Cow because Jake is one of those people, and I'm gonna put Jake on blast. He has not finished Cowboy Bebop. All right, he has not finished the
Yeah.
show. He
Oh
he
no.
he is he doesn't understand the beauty of a show as like complex as Cowboy Bebop. But one of my favorite scenes, and I show it to him all the time. One of my
You just call
favorite
me
scenes.
stupid.
One of my favorite scenes of the show is but one of my favorite scenes of the show actually comes from Jet. And Jet's talk. It's like the first. I want to see it's like episode 4 or 5, but it's when Jet meets his ex-wife, and he's sitting at the
mhm.
bar with the ex-wife, and he's basically asking her like, "Yo, why'd you leave me?" And I was just like, "Damn!" Like, I don't know, man. His delivery, like, I'm definitely a subs over dubs kind
He
of
was
guy, but
amazing.
Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of the king of dubs. And I always watching in dub, and his delivery, his performance in that particular scene, man, it's just one of those things where I was like, yeah, this is what makes Cowboy Bebop a goat, you know. So
Yeah, like,
yeah,
he killed it. And then knowing that, learn, because I actually didn't know it when we brought him on, but he's also the voice of A in Naruto. Like, A, there's A and B.
yeah,
Like,
A and B, yeah,
yeah, he's the fourth Hokage. Well,
that's what's up.
Raikage. I had no idea. So, like, that
That's
ended up
awesome.
giving us connection to the voice actor for B, Katero
Hey,
Colbert. We got to have him on the show.
that's
I
awesome.
wish we could have got them on together so they could have like the A and B, like,
Right.
back and forth. But
Oh man, yeah,
we had
that would
both
be
of them.
awesome.
Man.
Oh man,
Mm.
I'm trying to think. If I were to interview a voice actor, who would I interview? I know
Oh,
one of the
Johnny
people.
Young Bosch by
Yeah,
far.
Johnny Young
Johnny Young
Bach, of
Bosch,
course.
By
Like,
far.
that's the goat.
JYB.
That's the goat. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. We talk about all the time. I tell people in terms of voice actors, I think he's like the Leonardo DiCaprio of voice actors.
Yeah.
He's up there.
That's Lelouch and Ichigo. Like,
Yeah.
how
Oh, he
can you go
doesn't
wrong
miss.
there?
He
Every
does.
show
He
he's
right.
in
He
is
doesn't
solid.
miss. He doesn't miss.
Every show.
JYB. Carrie Walgren, I'd have to interview her. And for those of you who don't
Carrie
know,
Walgren's
that's the chick who does Haruko and Fooly Cooley. She does a lot of different voices as well, but that's like her most notable. And Steve Bloom, definitely, of course.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then last but not least, Troy Baker. I gotta talk to Troy Baker. He's in
Oh,
everything that I really like. Everything he does is just awesome, and he has such a wide range too. That's what makes him.
He does.
Like,
He's really
amazing.
You
good.
talking about Stitch / Sasuke? That's crazy.
Yep.
Like,
and then he's Sasuke. That's Sasuke is Yuri Lowenthal, who I fuck with heavy too.
that's Yuri. That's Yuri. I'm
really
sorry.
good.
No,
He's really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Troy Baker is he's done the Joker. He was Pain in Naruto. That's Troy Baker. If you watch it,
right?
yeah, he was Pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joel
So,
from The Last of Us.
Joel from The Last of Us, exactly. So his range is fucking ridiculous, man. I love it. And yeah, Yuri Lowenthal definitely talk to because he played Suzaku in Code Geass. That was my shit, yo. All right,
Yeah,
Code Geass is another anime I
Code
love.
Geass had an A1 cast.
Yeah,
That
the
shit
dub
was
over the
fantastic.
sub as well, and they're both great in all honesty. But the dub over the sub.
Dub over the sub one.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Since we're talking some anime, yo, let me just pick your brains, yo. Otis, let me get a top 5 from you real quick. Top 5 anime.
Top 5. Okay, that's tough.
Does your
Of
top
course I
5
gotta put a
change?
little. Yeah, it changes
Yeah,
regularly, like regularly, because like
makes
it's
sense.
there's certain shows that come out and just like, man, that's so good. I gotta
Mhm.
put that up there.
Right.
But Code Geass is like that's always my number one. Like it's not always like my highest rated show. It's just like it's just so iconic to me that I can never get off of it.
For sure.
Parasite the Maxim is number 2.
That's a great show.
Fantastic show. Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans number 3. Number 4. See, it gets harder the further down you go. Number 4. I still probably got to give that to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's one of my all-time favorites right there.
Solid.
It's a solid, yeah. You know what? Let me pull up.
And number 5. That's because it's so many shows that can fit into it. But if this is my like top 5 favorite anime, not my top 5 highest rated.
your top 5 favorite anime. You don't have to
I
necessarily
gotta
be
go
super
Bleach.
hypercritical
Gotta
for
go Bleach
you.
number 5, man.
Okay.
Bleach.
Gotta go Bleach. Huge Bleach fan.
That's what's up.
I think that's one of the most stylish anime to ever exist. Like,
Yo, definitely. See, I knew I would like you. All right. Bleach. Let me tell you something. Kubo got the drip on lock, yo. Everything he makes, his character designs, fucking phenomenal. Kubo is
I used to act, that was one of the shows where I didn't mind the filler as much because every time they showed filler, like the characters were in some type of new clothes. It was like, what's that Ichigo wearing?
Yeah,
like,
Ichigo had the drip. I'm not gonna lie though, the filler for Bleach kind of did blow me. Only because it would always happen.
The timing of it is horrible.
The timing, it always happened at the worst possible times.
You cannot put a 24 episode filler in the middle of the Ukiura fight. It just doesn't.
Exactly.
It just, no, like that's disrespect.
It is disrespectful. So I'm gonna bring up my list real quick. I've actually made a top 50, 51 because I couldn't restrain to the top 50, but I made a top 51 anime list, and I want to get your opinion on it. You know, since we talking anime now, fuck it. So let me get your opinion on the top 50, on my top 51 anime. Let me go ahead and
go ahead.
Get this stream. All right. So can you guys see it in the Discord? Do I need to change something? And I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in too, so everybody can see it. Let me. All right. So we gonna start.
As long as you don't got Fairy Tail on your list, I'm okay.
See, everybody hates. No, Fairy Tail isn't on my list, but everybody hates Fairy Tail, and I actually like Fairy Tail. Just because it's not. It's not really. How should I put this? It's not. It doesn't take itself too serious. It's just a show meant to be a show about just having fun and all the other bullshit that it has in it. But it's a dope show. All right, so let's not even go over the whole top 50 because I do want to streamline this. So I'm gonna give it my top 20. And so at 20, I do have Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Right, IBO is a great Gundam. One of my favorites, obviously. Number 19. Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. I put them as together because I treat them as a season 1 and 2. I don't care what nobody says.
Is that the one where that dude fucking like kills that kid in the hallway and he's screaming bloody murder? Like,
Yes, yes, that's Fate
like
Zero.
some,
Yes. Such a fun. He's talking about the scene where the dude
like some ghost like lures him into like
yeah,
the hallway
so
or something.
this in Fate Zero, Bluebeard gets summoned as caster, and the dude was gonna sacrifice the kid to Bluebeard, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? It's fine." And then he's like, he said a little chant, and then he told the kid like, "You can leave, you know, whatever." And this kid just saw his parents get murdered too by the same dude.
Mm-hmm.
So Caster tells the kid like, "Hey, you can leave," and then the kid's about to leave, and he sees like the light of the door, and he's like crying because he's happy that he's safe. And then out of nowhere, fucking tendrils come through and take the kid and twist him up, and he's just screaming bloody murder as he gets murdered and shit. And I was like, "Yo, this show is something different. Like this show is something different."
I had to turn it down.
I love the Fate series, man. Well, at least the first Stay Night, Zero, and like parts of Apocrypha, I'm a fan of.
Yeah,
after
Apocrypha
that,
was
it
good
just kind
too.
of gets. But no, Archer is another one of my all-time favorite characters. Period. Like,
yeah, Archer's the goat. Archer's dope. So yeah, let's continue. Episode or my 18th choice, Kids on the Slope. I don't know if you know Kids on the Slope is a music anime. I love it. It's phenomenal. 17, Devilman Cryberry. The 20. Wait, hold on. Let's go.
Crybaby.
Wait. Let's go back. I stumbled because I thought I heard him say he's not a big fan of Kids on the Slope, or maybe he said he didn't hear.
No, I said I've never heard of it.
Okay, cool. I thought he said I'm not a fan of it. I was like, whoa, hold on. That's why I stumbled a little bit. I was like, whoa, hold on. We'd have to talk about that. But no, so Devilman Crybaby, 2018 version.
No, that I'm not a fan of.
Oh, I love it.
I can see why.
I can see why though. I tell people all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you either love it or you hate it, and I understand completely why. But for me, it has one of the best, if not the best, scores in anime. It's crazy. And then the story,
soundtrack was A1.
The execution,
The soundtrack was crazy. But
it's phenomenal.
like that
was
club
it the ending
scene
that did it for you?
The club scene in the first episode.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, he was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I can't watch this with people ever. Like, I have to be alone watching this show. Yeah. And like, I gotta treat it like porn damn near. It's like, yep, I can't. This is a secret from people, and I just haven't had a chance to like really go back and watch it. But like,
oh, so you haven't finished
that scene? I haven't finished it. I have not.
Okay, that's why. So I tell people all the time, you got to get past the first couple of episodes, and I'm not even gonna continue talking about this. I would just recommend. It's only like 10 episodes, right, or something like that. Just finish the series, man. It is a great series. I'm not gonna lie though, that club scene is fucking weird, but finish the series. It's a phenomenal series. Obviously one of my favorites. 16, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. We don't talk about Seed Destiny, but Gundam Seed's one of the goats. Hajime no Ippo, my personal favorite sports anime of all time. I think it's the best sports anime of all time. I know a lot of people say Haikyuu and all that stuff, but you know, maybe it's a little older, why people don't necessarily know about it. 14, GTO. 13, Toradora. 12, Eureka 7. Love it. One of my...
Trash. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, Eureka 7 is trash. Like,
is that the one where they're like skateboarding through the sky?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like surfing.
The concept of that show was so fire, but the execution of the second half of that show is garbage.
I never finished Eureka. Was that also the one where they like pull shit out of their chest? Like they pull like weapons out of their heart or something like that?
That's Guilty Crown. That's Guilty Crown.
Gotcha.
All right,
and that's one of my all-time favorites too.
I just had to.
Yeah, I always get those two confused.
Well, I'm sorry. So what is your reasoning for not liking Eureka 7?
The execution of the second half of that show is horrible. Like, as soon as they introduced the whatever those creatures were from that other dimension, the show just went downhill from there. I'm sorry. It was not good to me. I'm sorry. The first half was fire. Like, I liked up to when you really find Eureka's backstory and see about like how she got her kids and all of that. Like, that was fire.
We're gonna have an anime specific episode, anime special episode for everybody who's watching in the future, because this definitely needs to be talked about more. I don't want to necessarily go into it because I'll defend this shit. I'll die on this hill. All right, Eureka 7's phenomenal, but we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one and move on
for now.
For now,
I'll
yeah,
be back
because
for that
we,
episode.
yeah, no,
I'll
we
be back for
will.
that episode.
Trust me, we will definitely be talking about everything else. So, 11 Scryed or Escryed, however you want to pronounce it. That was actually my first
Love it.
introduction
Love it.
to anime in general. So that was my first. Like I watched Dragon Ball Z and stuff, but to me that wasn't like that felt like a cartoon. It wasn't really like
Yeah,
anime.
when we were younger, that shit was a cartoon.
That
It
shit was a
wasn't
cartoon,
anime,
yeah,
anime. Yeah.
So, but my first introduction where I had to like go online and or not even go online. I actually got the box set. Of
I watched it on Adult Swim.
Yeah, it came on Adult Swim. My pops got the box set of it. I actually still have it out somewhere in here. But that was my first like anime, and I love it. And to this day, it still holds a special place in my heart. But let's go ahead and get to the top 10 for me personally. So number 10 is Psycho-Pass. I love it. First, season 1. We don't talk about season 2. Season 2 was trash.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
All right,
Yeah.
but season 1 was great, and the movie, like we could put those two together. Season 1 and the movie were great, phenomenal. Fooly Cooley for me. It's a little bit of bias. It's not necessarily the best written show, but to me, it's like the feeling of the show. You know, I don't know. When I was a kid, that show kind of resonated with me a lot more than it should have. You know, because it's like this whole weird coming of age story and unrequited love and all this other shit going on. But
bro, even then, like Fooly Cooley still has an identity of its own that I still think isn't matched by a show that's come out yet. Like what has come out where someone else is like, oh, it's like Fooly Cooley. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, honestly, Fooly Cooley 2 isn't like Fooly Cooley. Like, I mean, it's just its own vibe. Like,
it really is.
Yeah,
that's why
I don't have another show to compare to it.
Exactly.
And this is probably my most controversial placement on this list because everybody who I talk to, they always go, "Why are they so low?" But Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho. Cowboy Bebop is under Yu Yu Hakusho only because Yu Yu Hakusho gets slightly higher for me because I truly believe it's timeless. I believe it's timeless, and I believe you can watch it over and over and over and over again. Whereas with Cowboy Bebop, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can rewatch it, but it's a complete story, and
once you see it,
you've seen it, and it doesn't hit as hard because, like once you watch it the first time, everything is new and it's organic. Whereas Yu Yu Hakusho is a shonen, so you can still get that same level of excitement from Yusuke beating the shit out of Tagoro and all that shit. So,
and Yusuke just has the best one-liners. Period. Like,
and
period. I'm sorry.
Classic.
Oh yeah, and Smile Bomb, of course, that's amazing. But like, I can't think of a character that has had better lines than Yusuke. Just some of the crazy stuff that he throws out. Talking to women, you stupid bitch. I was like, that's what he said. Like that's
he
the
had
actual.
No filter. He had no filter. Yusuke was about
kind
that.
Of like,
savage.
Like Desert Punk. Was it kind of like that?
Yeah, in a sense of where he would just say the wildest shit.
Right,
right. Yeah.
I think that shit's hilarious.
Number 6, I don't know. A lot of people don't know about this show, but Anohana, The Flower We Saw That Day. It's beautiful.
Is that a movie? Is that a sequel, or
it's a series. It's a slice of life series. I believe it's 11 episodes or 10 episodes. But it's my favorite slice of life series in general. It's just a great.
I know that one has high regard, but I've never seen like the subtitle associated with it.
So that's it. The Flower We Saw That Day.
Gotcha.
It's either called Anohana because you know how anime titles go. It's really like a super long like title. Like the original title is super long, but the condensed version is Anohana, The Flower We Saw That Day.
For sure.
My top 5 personally, and we had a lot of same in our top 5s. My top 5, number 5 is Code Geass. I love Code Geass. It's a great show. It's fucking like it's the only reason why it's lower on my list compared to everything else is one, everything else was a little bit better to me in certain regards, but 2, season 2 kind of did drop off just a little bit. It wasn't.
It started off slow. It started off slow.
No, season 1 was phenomenal, but season 2 started off slow.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay, yeah, season 2 started off slow, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It was a weird tone shift because there were some, different elements getting introduced.
Yeah, I mean, and then that third act was just kind of like, whoa, we got here. Like we got here now. Like
but to this day,
still great.
to this day, it has one of the, if not.
I don't
want to say my favorite.
My top 5,
but it's like
it needs to be in there.
It's up there.
I just thought about it.
The ending for Code Geass is one of my favorite endings in anime. Period.
It's
it's the execution of it because leading up to it, I was so confused. I was so confused. I was like, what's going on here? He's doing everything he said he wasn't gonna do, and I'm confused, whatever. And then like the last like 10 minutes just ties everything up perfectly, and then the way he goes about it, it's phenomenal. It's great. Number four.
Real quick though, Otis, what were you saying? You left
Oh, yeah.
one out of your top 5?
I left Death Note out of my top 5. I gotta.
I was gonna ask you about your thoughts on the whole Death Note versus Code Geass debate. I was actually gonna ask you that earlier.
Death Note isn't trash. I'm sorry.
Death Note
The
is trash.
second season is trash. The second season is trash.
That's the
I'll
whole.
give you that.
That's the show though. Death Note is trash. You gonna say Eureka 7 is? You gonna say Eureka 7 is trash because of the execution, whatever. After a certain character dies in Death Note, and I know it's been out for a while, but I don't want to ruin it. Yeah. But after a certain character dies in Death Note, it literally just goes downhill. It does not pick back up after that either. Yeah. And that's for the better part of, I don't know, like 15 episodes or some shit like that. So,
ooh,
it's like.
Oh, you're breaking up on us, Otis. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
he's coming
like
through
this
all robot for me.
Yeah, you got like this robot voice going on real quick. Deus, YT, what's going on? Appreciate you joining us from YouTube. Thank you.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Otis. Say that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you got this weird, like, I don't know if it's feedback or I don't know, but it's distorted. You might need to. I say you might want to try to just like exit and join back into the Discord or something like that. Maybe that'll help out.
Unplug, replug.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's kind of the issue with some of these like digital platforms. Whenever you're going all digital,
Yeah, guys, it's okay. He'll be right back and he'll join back up, and there should be no issues.
So while he's, look at that.
Yeah,
oh
dude.
yeah, you still sound all weird.
Yeah, you might want to check out. Maybe, I don't know. Did his
Let me close Discord completely and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah, restart. Yeah, no problem. So while and let's go ahead and hit the live scene real quick. So while he's doing that, go ahead, Jake. What were you saying?
No, I mean I was just saying that like whenever technical difficulties happen, like we live in a digital age, and we all know that. So
right,
it is what it is.
So while we're waiting on dude,
what's up?
Let me tell you something. Eureka 7 is a GOAT. All right, fuck what everybody else says. Eureka 7 is awesome. All right, it's unique. This man had the audacity to say, and I'm gonna keep saying energy when it comes back to, but this man had the audacity to say the second half of Code Geass or Eureka 7 was trash, but Death Note, come on now. Death Note was trash.
Honestly,
Death Note was
Death
trash.
Note is one of those animes that you recommend to somebody who's trying to get into anime. Like if someone, like obviously if they know what they like and they want to see like for someone who's like, oh, like I want animes like The Matrix, like you already know where to point them. But if someone's just like, hey, I'm kind of interested in anime, blah blah blah, this and that, like Death Note is a good general anime to recommend. You know what I mean?
That's one of my like gateway anime. Like if I know someone doesn't really watch it, I like that. It's like like, oh, you like this type of stuff? Try Death Note and then see what you think about it.
So, yeah, you still coming through all.
It's still muffled.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's okay. I don't know. I think it's it's weird. Whenever you get a chance,
it might just be the platform.
Just look at it. Might be Discord. But yeah, man, I don't know. You get this weird like robot voice coming through. If you want, you know what? Let's take a quick little intermission. Quick little 5-minute intermission, everybody. We're gonna try to resolve these issues real quick. So let me go ahead and just turn on something, and let me mute his microphone on my end real quick.
Am I still muffled?
Yeah, you got like feedback coming through right now.
Yeah, you got some crazy feedback coming through. All right, y'all. Look, we're gonna take a quick little 10-minute intermission while we try to go ahead and help out Mr. Otis here with his thing. So let's see. We'll come back at 1. All right, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, 13. Okay. Quick little intermission break, y'all. All right, and let's do this. All right, all right, all right. How's it going, everybody? Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, but we are back.
Oh, thank you,
Otis,
sir.
mic check 1 2 1 2. Otis, let's hear you real quick.
I'm here. I am
All right,
here.
cool.
Hopefully, my mic is too.
Now we're good. The use Deus, YT. I don't know what you're talking about right now, but whatever you're doing, we appreciate it, brother. So thank you, thank you. Shout out from YouTube. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the discussion at hand.
We were
And
talking about your trash ass anime.
shut the fuck up. Anyway, so we're going back into the top 10 on the list, and we're at number 5, which is Code Geass. Number 4, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. To me, it's the best shonen hands down. There is no, well, not hands down, because there's only one other shonen that is on this list that's better than it, but it's the best like shonen as in adventure, like the Shonen Jump style shonen. To me,
Right.
it's better than Naruto. It's better than Bleach. A lot of people will disagree, but to me, Full Metal Alchemist was one of those shows where it was just nothing wrong with it. It's damn near perfect.
Oh, I can't say that. I cannot
And
say it's nothing wrong with it.
especially the ending. No,
Oh.
I mean we can nitpick certain things, but in all honesty, I personally feel, and this is just me, I think there was nothing wrong with it from the beginning to the end. The filler, even the part where they had to go to whatever. Now they could have done things better, and me personally, Full Metal Alchemist, the original series, did some things better than Brotherhood. And if you would have put those two together, and like
Oh
add
yeah,
some
you.
of the elements,
Oh my
put those
God!
two
If you
together,
add those
it would have
to
been
one
number. It
show,
would have been number 2 for me, easily number 2 for me. Because again, it could have done some things better, but what it executed, to me, there's nothing wrong with it. It was, and the ending is perfect. There was no. It's one of the most satisfying animes I've ever
Satisfying, yes.
seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Agreed.
satisfying endings to me personally. All right, so top 3 for me, Berserk. Berserk is like a Macbeth. It's like I don't, what is another tragedy? It's like Romeo and
like a
Juliet.
Shakespeare. Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
Shakespearean experience. All right, Berserk is crazy from beginning to end. All right, and Griffith is one of my least favorite, if not my most hated character in anime in general.
So
Like,
I
fuck
take
that.
it you hate the saying Griffith did nothing wrong.
Yeah, because that's stupid to me. That's stupid. It's so
Yeah,
dumb.
one of my guys that you do he actually invented the slogan. Like he legit made it.
No shit.
Yo,
He
Griffith
made it.
he made that. Griffith did nothing
He
wrong.
made it.
So I can
He made the
understand,
slogan.
I guess, from like a utilitarian standpoint, I guess what people are trying to say. Other than that, Griffith did everything wrong. All right, Griffith was a little bitch. All right, and that's why the shit happened. The things that happened. He literally had like he was a bitter bitch. That's what happened. And that's why all the negative shit happened to him.
Have you finished the manga?
Nah, I haven't finished the manga. Only because dude. I've been waiting for the manga to finish, and I was hoping that it would
Well, I
finish.
should
But
say
now with
finish the
the
manga, but caught up.
yeah, I've read a lot and I've seen a lot, but fuck Griffith. All right, so yeah, I hate that man. Number 2, Samurai Champloo. To me, and I know Torture does not like the fact that I Torture does not like the fact that I put this show so high, but to me,
Like
it's
a number 2 spot.
it's the I'm tell you why. It's super original, right? Again, it does a great job at mixing two cultures that I love, Black culture and Japanese culture. All right, it does a great job at blending those two. But the story it tells, All right. I tell a lot of people a lot of the time. Sometimes it's about the journey and not the destination. Right.
Yeah, that's dumb.
And and that's literally the definition of like Samurai Champloo. It's about the journey, right? Because they had a goal. They had a goal, and they set about to achieve it. But as they were going on their journey, they learned things. They grew closer. They did whatever. Jake doesn't like it just because of the fact that he wanted Mugen and Jin to fight and Sonya to die. That's why he wanted. That's why he wanted to.
Literally every expectation they set in the show, they didn't meet any of them.
That's not true. At the beginning,
that's
not true. They
didn't meet any of them. The show,
the show. Samurai Champloo is literally just Cowboy Bebop in Shooter Japan, though. Like it's set up the exact same way.
Yeah. I'll give it that, but it's better. To me, it's just better voice acting. Better. The only episode I don't like about Samurai Champloo, and I think nobody likes it, is like the one actual filler episode where they went to do like the wasabi zombie shit. That's like the one episode that was just like it didn't need to.
Why did they do that? Like,
I don't know. It didn't need to be included.
Fungus episode.
Yeah, it didn't need to be included in there. I think that's what it was too. I think it was like a homage to Cowboy Bebop in the little like fungus episode, and they didn't need to include that. But other than that, every episode, I like that it's episodic. I like that every episode had a completely like different story, damn near, while also having one overall
maintaining
story.
The continuity.
Yeah, and I just like the character development. I think the character development is what elevated the show so high, because both of these guys were very like one-sided, one-dimensional at the beginning, and then they completely changed by the end. So that's why I think it's worthy of the second. And the soundtrack is just fucking. I love New Jabez. If you guys watch Lo-Fi, you need to thank Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo and New Jabez for completely, making the style,
inventing the genre.
Inventing the genre, because that's where it came from, basically. And then number one,
it's not, but I get what you're saying.
It is where it came from. What are you talking about?
No. We're not about to have a music history lesson.
Okay, so wait. I'm talking about lo-fi as it's presented as a genre, not actual low fidelity music in the sense of like what they use to record. If that's what you're talking about.
No, I'm saying you're saying that it created lo-fi the genre.
Yes.
But lo-fi the genre is just jazz, right? The lo-fi is just the aesthetic.
Okay.
That's why I said let's not get into the whole history lesson.
Lo-fi isn't necessary, because now you're playing semantics. Lo-fi isn't just jazz. All right. It's like saying metal isn't metal. Metal is just blues, just heavy blues. Like you're playing semantics right now. One second.
No, it literally is. Metal literally is.
We're not gonna have this conversation.
That was a horrible. That was a horrible
Deus
point to
YT said, if you guys really want to grow this channel, you really need to work on thumbnails and channel arts. Yeah, I know, man. Hey, listen, Deus, if that's how you feel, come on board, join B.S.C. Help a brother out, help some brothers out. You know what I'm saying? We're only one or two people. We can only do but so much. And we're not gonna get into this conversation because Torture doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. All right, anyway.
Okay.
And the best anime of all time, and we can fight. We can talk about this, and nobody will ever sway my opinion on this. Is Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. All right. And if you don't agree with me, don't matter, because you're wrong. That's just how I feel about it. All right, you're wrong. Gurren Lagann is the best anime ever. It is the best anime ever. It did nothing wrong. There's nothing.
I didn't like it.
This man.
Not even a little bit.
What?
Didn't even finish it. Like I think I got like 4 episodes in. I was like,
I'm done. That's why. I tell everybody that we'll give it to. You know why people don't like Gurren Lagann, and I'll give you everybody a brief anime lesson. All right, people don't like Gurren Lagann because of the art style and the animation. And they say it's a little choppy, right? That's a guy next like stylistic choice. So if you don't like it stylistically, that's one thing.
I'm a big fan of One Piece. I love Fooly Cooley.
Yeah,
I mean, but like it's like put it this way, like I'm accepting of like the different styles in anime. Like Paranoia Agent is the one I'm like, I don't know, like it's just nothing about. I think the tone was just so cheery at first. Like, I mean, yeah, I saw Coming to Die and everything, and
Ah,
like I know it has dark. Oh, I'm sorry.
not good.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean,
it gets dark. It's just I don't know. Nothing about the tone really resonated with me at all. I guess that's really what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Otis onto an episode of
Yeah.
the M.O.B podcast where we just talk strictly anime, because this conversation definitely needs to get spoken about more in depth. But I will respect your opinion, but I completely disagree with it. Gurren Lagann
Yeah.
is the GOAT. All right, there's not like it's amazing from beginning to end. It's so in your face. The ending. Man, let me tell you something. As a 13-year-old boy, that changed that anime changed my fucking life. All right, I'm not even gonna joke about that shit. Like that shit it was a whole different experience, man. And Simone is the goat. Kamina is the goat. Well, Kamina was the goat, but Simone became like the goat, the best anime character ever. Just that you want to talk about character development. Like I put him and Zuko like head to head in terms of character development. Um, so yeah. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the real topic of today's show, and
oh yeah,
yeah, because
fuck my top five.
we're talking about all this other shit. But let's go ahead and get into the real topic of today's
Oh, okay.
podcast, and we're gonna talk about do nice guys finish last, and more specifically, what is a nice guy? All right, we're gonna talk about some dating and all this other stuff, but there are terms that are thrown about when we talk about men in general, right? And one of the terms that you hear a lot is nice guys always finishing last. Jake, when you hear that term, what do you think about that?
At first, I used to disagree with it, right? Because in hindsight, right, I used to be the nice guy, right? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know I was. I didn't even really know what one was, but as things happen, as you get older, as you
As
just
you get
become
less
more
naive.
experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't know, you just have some moments where you're just like, damn, oh my god, I was really simping over this chick when like
Mm.
this and that, blah blah blah. Damn, I can't believe I let this woman use me, for this and that, blah 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 blah. Like, and in those, there's actually a word for sayings like these, like nice guys finish last, and et cetera, et cetera.
Is it
And I
an
forget what.
idiom, right?
No, it's like I said, I can't. I'm drawing a blank right now, but
Okay.
yeah, this phrase, right, it ended up being true eventually for me personally,
Mm.
because I mean honestly, like if you let people do shit to you, they're going to, you know what I mean? And then what the fuck you look like over here, like all tattered and trashed about, and they already forgot about you, you know what I mean?
Mm. Mm. Okay.
So like,
Otis, what about you,
yeah.
man? What do you think about the phrase nice, or what is a nice guy to you?
Um,
And,
a yes man, a
mm,
pushover,
mm,
Mm-hmm.
spineless.
mm,
All those parallels right there. That's what I think of a thing as a nice guy. You don't go after what you want. You let it
mm.
sit there, and it ends up being snatched up by somebody else that actually goes for it.
Ooh, I don't know if you guys ever seen that the YouTube. You guys ever heard of Spoken Reasons? I don't know if y'all ever remember Spoken
Nah.
Reasons. Ah, man, he remember that famous that viral YouTube clip asking all them questions. Asking all them questions.
Um,
While you were asking all them questions, making statements. Assuming,
yeah.
the guy driving the
End up getting
car.
on Wildin' Out.
Yeah, the guy driving the car
Yeah.
with Spoken Reasons. He he
Oh, it's
still
a
is, I
person.
guess, a comedian. Yeah, he's a comedian, whatever. But he had this one. I bring him up because he had this one YouTube video where he talked about the tortoise and the hare, and like either you're a turtle guy, or a rabbit guy. And I think maybe, and I'll explain that later, but just keep that in mind as we move forward. So yeah, Jake, you used the word simp. For those who don't know, what is your
Oh,
definition of a simp? Because I hear that word thrown out, a lot, and I think everybody has their
hey
own
man,
different
it's
like definitions for it. So I think we should define it for
probably.
people as they watch
Probably.
it.
It's funny too because I didn't know what it was, but really a simp is just it kind of playing off of what Otis already said.
Mm-hmm.
Like a simp is someone who is right. They are a yes man. They are spineless. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But specifically towards
Mm-hmm.
women,
Mm.
right? Like a simp is someone who will be head over heels for. Like this is a simp, right? And this is a
Mm-hmm.
true story. I don't know if I've
Is
told
it
this story. It's
true
not about
story?
me, but it's
It's
yes,
about a friend.
it's
Not
not a
about you, but it's
personal
about a friend.
experience. Yeah,
Right.
no, it wasn't. I swear. But but this one dude, right? One of my coworkers, asked this girl out, right?
Oh, I
And she
remember
said,
this.
yeah.
Sorry.
and and she said yes, and she was like, and this dude actually like he just broke up with his girl. He was trying to spread his plumage, get back on the market and whatnot, and much to his fervor. I forget. I'm drawing a
Chagrin.
blank, but yeah, no, that's the bad thing. But he was accepted right by this woman that he was looking at, and they made plans for a dinner date. uh come the time, right? And as a man, right, I don't know
Yeah.
why another man would
Every time
even
I hear this
admit
story, it
this
always makes me
to the
cringe. So
public.
go ahead, man.
But when he comes back from the date, right, he's explaining how it went. And so, because obviously all of us were like, hey man, how'd it go,
Right.
and right, so he gets there, he's sitting at the table waiting for her to come on, and she wasn't late or anything, she didn't keep him waiting, she was punctual, but she brought another man. She brought another man.
Woo!
She brought another
Woo!
man to the date, right?
It
And
gets
so
worse.
exactly,
It gets
as
worse.
soon as I would have seen them walking up to the table, I'd have been like,
Yeah. It
I
gets
would have had
like
worse.
to
they wouldn't have even
the
reached the chair.
LeBron gift. LeBron gift, when he
Yeah.
picks up his suitcase. Yeah,
But then
100%.
so he was like, no, it was cool. We hung out, we did that. He's just kind of, and so we're just like, I mean, okay, I guess. Like maybe he wasn't trying to beat chicks. I don't. Maybe he wanted to be friends. Whatever, right?
Man, nah, continue. But
But then, but then
oh my god.
he admitted that he paid for everyone's food and everyone's drinks, and the other dude ended up going back home with his date. And so
Dayes,
I
appreciate you
actually
stopping by. Thank you very much. You have a good one, all
love.
right? Yeah.
And so yeah, right then and there, right? Like everyone was just like, bro, like what? Like
That's not a
what?
simp. That's a bitch boy.
That
I'm sorry. That's not a simp. That's a
Like,
bitch boy. That is the that dude's a bitch. I'm sorry. And I don't,
yeah,
and if
like
you if
I
dude
wish
who
I would.
whoever, hey, listen, I know Torch ain't dropping names, but you know who you are, and if you watch this in the future, and you're sitting here and you're,
I hope he's better now.
I
That's all I
hope you
got.
have progressed as a man, and you've put these bitch boy tendencies, behind you, and left them in the past, because that is some bitch shit. First off, the audacity to come through. Like, if I invite a shorty out, it is exclusively me and her. Who the fuck invites somebody out and then be like, unless it's like to, I don't know, a party or some shit where you're like, yeah, bring your friends,
Right.
whatever, and
Right,
you
right,
Hmm.
right.
explicitly say that shit. You say, bring your friends, whatever. But if I'm like, yo, you trying to go eat? That's not, yo, you trying to go eat? Bring your homie. No. Or no, you trying to eat? Bring your mans. Definitely not that. Man, let me tell you something.
Like,
Bro,
I
so
That
just
wouldn't
picture,
happen.
like,
The
how did he
audacity.
ask her out? Like, what do, like, I'm trying to, like, how
so I
did
don't
he not
so here's the
convey
thing.
that this was a
Bro,
date?
here is the thing, right? Here's the thing.
He
Like
did.
we all knew, because he was like, hey guys, I'm going out with so and so, and we're like, what? Like, no shit, like hell yeah, man, like, do you, like, hell yeah. And then, like, he's like, yeah, we're gonna go here, I plan on doing this, da 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 da. Like, it was obviously a date, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
after all that, like, I found that girl later on, right? And I was like, bro, you got to explain. Like, I was like that was a bitch move. I was
Such a
like,
bitch
why would
move.
you do that to somebody? Like,
It's not
you're
even a nice guy. You're just a bitch.
like, no, I'm talking when I was talking to the girl. Like, when I was talking to the
Oh,
girl.
okay.
Yeah. I was like, that was a bitch move. And she was like, and right away, like, just her reaction, right, to the question, Well, I didn't know it was supposed to be a
Oh,
date, and I
shut
was
your
like, "Yes,
bitch
you did.
ass up. You know what the
Yes,
fuck
you
he
did. You
Get the
knew
fuck out of here,
exactly
yo.
what it was." I was like, this man, he done took you to a place where you got to dress up and shit. Like they have a dress code. Like it's like a fine dining experience and whatnot, and
And
like,
he paid
and
for
it was
everybody. And he
planned in
paid. That's the
advance. And it was,
what a
bro,
bitch.
like
He paid for them.
Bruh.
He paid for another
Bro.
man to eat his fucking to
eat
eat
his date
food.
out,
Yeah, and then take his date back
eat his
home.
food, and eat his.
Get the fuck out of here,
And he's
bro.
like, you was a pit stop, bro. Like essentially, like he's like,
Facts.
shit.
Yeah. You was a free meal.
And
That's
the
what you
drinks
was.
too.
You was a free
And the
meal.
Bro,
drinks.
You was a
I
free
would
And then
Stop
that
never.
it.
man, yo, whoever that
Stop
man
it.
is, you're grimy, bro. You're grimy as fuck for that. You are so grimy
But
for
the
that.
thing, but the thing,
Because
if
he
you
knew
were the
better.
dude, are you gonna say no? Like if you were the other dude, you're gonna be like,
I
well,
could
my
me
friend's gonna
as
take us to
a
this nice restaurant. Like,
man, as a
I
man,
want to know, yeah, how that went with the girl
yo,
bringing the dude. Like, what did she tell him to bring him along? You know what I
bruh,
mean?
as a man, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to another man. Regardless, unless I hated you, unless you were my enemy, like we had beef, I couldn't do that shit, man. Cause that's just so fucked up. Like,
It really
yeah,
is.
and then
And you know he
he
picked
took,
up on this shit.
yeah,
Like,
about to say, and
there
he was
had to have
piping
been
her.
some tension, some
He was piping her.
awkwardness. Like,
Yo, get out of
mhm.
here. You got me fucked up. All right,
Yeah,
I
no,
think that's an
but
extreme example
it is an
of
extreme. But
right.
like, if you're gonna start simping, right?
mhm.
Then what would have been true simp was if like after that he would have been like, hey, let's keep hanging out. Hey, let's try and do this. Hey, blah 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 blah
Mm.
blah. Like, he's
So,
just
Otis, what is your definition of a simp? And I hope it's
Of
not
a
as
simp?
extreme as Jake's, but
No, I've never heard of anything to that level.
yeah,
Like that's, whew.
yeah,
But one thing I think everybody has simped to some degree over somebody at some point in time. But
fair, fair.
hundred
I just
percent.
think just like when you go out of your way in the pursuit of someone, because I think there are
Yes.
female simps too. Like I
Oh,
feel like
big
that's
time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
like just go out of your way to somehow like a roundaboutly, like it's not even direct, roundabout attract the attention of someone.
mm-hmm.
I just feel like that's a simp. Like like you see somebody make a post online about they said it's like, oh, you said, let me send you $100 on Cash App. That's something. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying, like,
That's a
Yeah,
simp. That's a simp.
yeah. That's some shit. All
and
right.
that the funny I've had that, like that's happened to my girlfriend so many
Oh,
times
okay. I'm
within
about to
the
say.
group. Like
In the
like
group,
so many dudes just yes in the Blurred Approved Entertainment group,
And guess
like
what? I
dudes be
let
simping
they
up
be
for my
wanting to send
girl
her money,
hard, and I let them do it because
hell
like you know
yeah.
what,
bro. I was about
we
to say you
eating
better.
tonight.
Yep.
We eating tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the nice hibachi spot over there, and we about to cook it up. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so do
Let's
We
dudes
go.
about to do
but
the
so
volcano onions and everything.
another thing though is that
Mm,
do these guys know that your girl is taken, or
I
do they? Oh, you don't
I
even
don't know.
care.
I mean,
Either way,
they
he like I don't
probably
care.
should. They should, because like it's not like it's a hidden thing. But like
Well,
girls, dudes sent that to my girl hard, and I just be like, thank you.
because I think it's one thing. I think the biggest thing that makes somebody a simp is willingness to like contribute to it regardless of the situation. So I think it's
Right.
one thing when you're trying to like pursue a chick and maybe I'm not doing this, other guys can all they want. I'm not doing this. But if someone was pursuing a girl and he was like, hey, what's going on, shorty, whatever, let me send you some money, whatever. All right. I don't necessarily think that's a simp. Okay. Because some people got it like that, I guess. And some people
Yeah.
will do it like that. Right. I think,
Fair.
but I do think that if they know, like, yo, like, shorty got a dude, whatever, and you going like, let me go ahead and pay your bill, whatever. Like, nah. See, that is some simp shit. So I think, in regards to your girl, like, do they know or do they not know? Because if they
I,
know, they're
I,
simping, and if they
I feel
don't
like they
know,
have to know, like,
your
cause
girl's
like
finessing them. That's what it is. If they don't
on
know, your
her,
girl finessing them.
like on her posts and stuff where like I see niggas simping hard, like I'm usually on that shit. Like, she be
Right.
like, hey babe, like it's not like
Mm.
it's like a hidden thing was like
Right. You're
I'm
not
somewhere in the
hiding it.
background.
Right.
Like
Okay, for sure.
I'm an admin in the group that she's also an admin for. Like we
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but
All right, for sure. For sure, I can see that then. And especially if you've been
mm,
in the group for a while, I guess they would know about it as well. Some people would know about it as well.
I mean,
All
who's
right.
been up for like 3 years at this point, but it still happens. I'm just like, shit.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
and
say no to a free meal.
there's nothing wrong with finessing people, I guess. I mean, if you want to finesse. And then the day, like you said, bills getting paid and free meals getting ate. So fuck it, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
I'd be doing
okay.
the same shit.
So
See, my dad, on the other hand, he would call me a shitbag because he'd be like, "That's immoral. You can't do that. That's unethical." And
I
I'm like, "Listen, if
was
they
like,
ain't
I
gonna
didn't
do
tell
it to
them to send
me,
me
they're just
money.
gonna do it to
That's
somebody
true.
else."
That's true. I think, like he said, I think what makes my definition of a simp would be anyone who, like you said, in pursuit of someone else, regardless of man or woman, who just lets themselves be ran over, pushed over, and regardless of like whatever signals that they're getting, whatever negative signals that they're getting, just allows themselves to get played. To me, that's what a simp is. People and there's a lot of people who do that shit. A lot of people who be in can we even say that on Twitch? I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're not big anyway, so fuck it. But there's a lot there's a lot of people who be simping and shit, and I see them, you know, I guess one of the biggest examples of people who are simping are like on Instagram or OnlyFans or whatever, especially OnlyFans. People be like, "Oh,
Oh
let me pay you,
my
$50 for a feet picker." We're like, bruh, like porn is free. I'm sorry, and I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of OnlyFans girls by saying this shit. A lot of OnlyFans content creators by saying this, but for all the people who are, it's one thing to support your friend or your whatever. If you want to support them, fine. But if you're paying for pussy, right? If you're paying for dick, like what is wrong with you, bro? It's free. You can go online, Pornhub, XNXX, X videos. Listen. You can literally just type porn into the Google search bar, and there's all the dick and
You will
vagina
find
and all
more
that shit.
free. You will
Yeah,
find
it's
more
all
free
free.
porn.
It's all free. So why the fuck are you paying for it? All right, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then people say, "Well, you watch porn, right?" Well, yeah, I watch porn, but I don't pay for that shit. That shit's not coming out of my pockets. Like what? Like, well, that's so hypocritical. And then a lot of people say, "Well, the justification is because of the fact that they make custom content. Custom content. What's the custom content? They say my name. Like, is that what the custom content is? Like they're fingering themselves and they're saying like, "Oh, DK." Okay, so I gotta pay you money for that shit. Like what? Like I'll hit the club and try my luck there, and or some shit like that. But I'm
Right,
not
if you're gonna spend money on,
Yeah.
if you're going to spend money on another girl in hopes of getting laid, you might as well just go out in public and
Yes.
get denied there by taking
Yes.
somewhat of a chance, rather than
Yes.
paying some girl who is never gonna do shit for.
Never.
And
Y'all seen that thing with the dude paid a chick $10,000 for a hug or some shit like that? The OnlyFans chick. He paid one of her
that's
fans.
a simp.
Yeah, that is a simp. That is a next level of simp.
That's
That is a simp.
100%.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. I don't get this whole
Like,
OnlyFans, craze or whatnot too. Like I get it, porn is always
I
gonna sell,
respect
but
it. I respect the hustle. If you can, especially if you can somehow draw enough people to like legit make money off that, I respect that to the max. But just like all of your patrons, all the people that are coming to you and paying, they are your simps. Let's just be real. Like they are your simps.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
yeah. In terms of respect, I don't know. Respect is such a lofty word. I don't disrespect people who do that. Me personally, I don't disrespect nobody who does that. Again, at the end of the day, hustle, you get it how you got to get it.
Facts.
So I understand, and let's be honest, man. If I can get paid that much money to swing my dick around on the camera, like fuck it, I probably would too. But I don't know, man. I just don't get it, man. I just don't fucking get why people invest all this money. You're investing money too, like big bank. These chicks are coming up
Like the
in
thing is, like they're
millionaires.
subscribed,
Yes.
meaning like you're paying them that
Yup.
every month.
I watched
Yup.
I watched a YouTube video. It was another podcast, and I believe it was Logan Paul's podcast that he does with some other people. But they had Belle Delphine on there, and for those of you guys who don't know, Belle Delphine is she's one of the OnlyFans chicks, but she got her start off of being like a cosplay.
She was a streamer.
Yeah, she was a streamer, a cosplay streamer, and she got really famous because she would do these like, what's the word? Ahegao faces, the hentai faces, where they cross their eyes and they stick their tongue out and shit. Yeah, that's how she got really, really famous, right? But now she does porn. Now she does OnlyFans content and all that other stuff. But I bring her up because they asked her like, what was your highest ever payout from OnlyFans, and she said $2 million. So and that's $2 million for a month. So the highest she ever taken out of her account for 1 month was $2 million. And these guys were literally paying. So collectively, people were paying $2 million. This is the same chick, actually. The same chick, by the way. Yes, the same chick who sold her bathwater, yo. She sold her bathwater for $30 a sample.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. She said
now.
Yo, she's like the simp queen, right? Like,
She
or
really is.
the queen of the simps. Maybe I should rephrase that.
Really
but she's
is.
like all the simps fuck with her, and she became a millionaire off of that shit, a multi-millionaire off that shit.
That is
so
insane.
And that's another thing too. You're paying to watch other guys fuck her. Come on now. That's just like, yo, to me that's just baffling. There's no way I'm paying somebody. I'm not gonna pay you so another guy, cause that's some cuck shit. I don't care. Like, that's some cuck shit, you know?
Facts.
That's
like
some cuck
facts.
shit. Like you're fucking weird, man. So for everybody who listen, if you're watching this podcast right now, which not a lot of you are, but if you're watching in the future, or maybe you guys wanted to check something out, and you pay for OnlyFans, ask yourselves a couple of questions. All right, one, why are you paying for OnlyFans? Okay, if your answer isn't because I'm trying to help a friend out, and when I say a friend, like a person you actually know and care for, then whatever other reason is stupid. Okay. Two, ask yourselves, are you gonna get any pussy from this? Because the answer is no, but just ask yourself that anyway. All right. Just ask yourself anyway from that. All right. And then three, what real benefit do you get from wasting your money on this, yo? Like, I get it. People want to. It's people's monies. I'm not pocket watching nobody. You can spend your money however you feel like spending your money, but I mean, fuck, Hulu, HBO Max, all these other things hold some type of return, some type of return to your investment. And you're paying for another chick to just, I don't know, play with herself when you can fucking go on X videos and type in girl playing with herself and have
how, because
of videos.
when I see these numbers and the platform, right, the platform's main product, I can only assume that the main clientele is male-based, right? Obviously,
Definitely.
there's going to be females. Obviously, that goes without saying. But if
Majority,
we're talking statistics, yeah,
99%.
I'm willing to bet money. Exactly, majority is going to be male, and it really goes to show how dumb we as men can be.
How desperate.
Shit done started out at the strip club, right? You give these bitches all this money. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You keep reaching in your pocket.
Selling you a dream.
We're going to the back room.
Selling you a dream.
Like, you just gave this woman all this money for her to say thank you.
Yes.
Like, and all she did, like, bro, I've always hated the strip club too. I have always hated the strip club.
It's the same thing.
I constantly. It makes no sense. Why would I give somebody money to get nothing in return?
You get blue balls. That's
anybody
it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all you get.
Bro, I be saying that shit, and people be like, oh yeah, whatever. What are you gay? What do you get? I was like,
strip clubs
if I
are
was
stunning.
gay, what would that have to do with anything? Like,
It's 100%
it
is not for the person that is paying for it. Like, it's not for the person. It's not for you. It's for everybody else. It's the show.
Exactly.
It's the illusion that you create while you're at the strip club. That's what the allure of it is. It's not.
I got it.
I'm
that dude.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, you want bottles? We got bottles. You want bitches? We got bitches.
Bro, I paid $15 for a Bud Light, and I was like, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't happening.
Yeah. So I know I've been to, me personally, I want to say I've been to a strip club 3 times in my life. Okay. The first time was my 18th birthday. I went to a strip club. I feel like everybody should. Yeah. I feel like everybody should go to a strip club once, right? Every man should go to a strip club once just to experience it. Okay. My second time was actually with you, Jake. You and Chestnut when we went to Panama City Beach, and we went to and Chestnut never been to a strip, or we had a friend named Chestnut. He never been to a strip club, so we took him to a strip club. So that was the second time I went there. Yo, hey, don't say that on here. It's gonna make me sound real fucked up. I I was grimy with it, yo. We're not gonna say that though. I don't want to get in trouble. People gonna look at me like, oh my god, DK's such a fucking asshole. But yeah, so the second time was there, and then the third time, I just got back from Bahrain, and a buddy of mine wanted to hang out, and he wanted to go to a strip club, and even though I didn't want to go, he was like, "Come on, man, we never been to one together, whatever." I was like, "All right, man, cool." So we went. Those are the 3 times in my life, and I've been alive for 26, going on 27 years. The 3 times in my life that I've been to a strip club, and I will never willingly go to a strip club just for the like. I'm not spending money like that. And even when I went to the strip club, first time I had some super rich dude. Like he was like, "Oh, it's your 18th birthday. I got you, man. Everything's on me. Whatever." So that was I got lucky.
Damn.
So yeah. I got like I had one of those things where all the strippers in the whole club gave me a lap dance and all. Like, it was dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was dope. The dude had a black card, so he was like rich.
He was about it.
Yeah, he was about it. So that was the what the fuck was I talking about? So that was like the only like time I actually enjoyed going to the strip club. The other 2 times, I'm not spending my hard earned money. Andreas, what's going on, Andreas? We see you out here.
Hey,
yeah, we out here.
Big Andre.
Day 1 right there. Day 1.
Facts.
But yeah, that's like the only time I enjoyed being at the strip club. Every other time it felt like a burden. And I remember the last time I went, this chick she approached me and I was like, all right, whatever. I had like $100, bro. That's all I took out from the ATM. She approached me and she was like, "You're not like the other guys in here." She's giving me a lap dance, and I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm not stupid like all these other guys in here. Like I know you're not gonna." I told her flat out, I was like, "I know you're not gonna fuck me. Like yeah, you're hot, but I know you're not gonna fuck me. I know you're here to make money. So listen, we can have a conversation. I got $100 in my motherfucking pocket. That's all I'm spending. So if you want to have this $100." However many dances it takes to spend that $100, it is what it is. But I was like, but please tell everybody else just not even to talk to me because I'm not trying to be in that situation. I'm not trying to be in that situation, man.
Oh, bro, as soon as you make eyes with them, like as soon as you make eye contact with any of them, they're like fucking vultures. They would, they like you'll just be like, I'll just have my beer, right? I'll just be looking around, and just by happenstance, when I turn my head, they just happen to be coming around the corner, and then they just
you're just like, fuck, this bitch gonna want me to spend money on her.
And I'm like, God damn, and then you're trying to look away. Even if you turn your back to them on some disrespectful shit, they still come up, they hand all down the bottom. And I'm like, God damn it.
So we talked about nice guys, we talked about simps and all this other stuff, and I guess one of the things that I want to ask you guys is how do you think people can stop being like a simp or a nice guy or a pushover, and Otis, we'll start off with you. How do you think people can break that mold of not being a little bitch boy?
Go get some pussy. Honestly, like once you get to the point where I hate to quote this movie, but like it's right. When you get to the point where you stop putting the pussy on the pedestal, and I gotta talk 40-year-old virgin, and just realize like I gotta throw a Drake quote in there. Pussy's only pussy, and I get it when I need it. Like once you get to that mindset, that's when you can stop simping. Like once you get to there, like it is what it is. Like it's
bro,
everywhere.
And tell me not, you get way more play too when you're in that mindset.
Yes,
you get.
Bro,
these females, they can sniff it out. Yeah, they can sniff it out from a mile away. I don't care who you are. They got that shit. They got some sort of superpower.
It's a radar.
Man. They know when men are on the prowl. Like
they know when men aren't getting any buns, and they know the ones who aren't and who are.
Facts. Yeah. Facts.
And like. It's hard to like almost not be troll because it's the less you care, the more they're interested. Like
Yup.
100%. This is gonna make us look. We're gonna have people joining the stream now and be like, "Oh my god, these guys are so toxic. These guys are so
right." And the thing is, like, it's dangerous that balance because like you start getting to that fuckboy territory. Like you know, you just like I can't cross that threshold of being full on fuckboy. It's like you kind of have a little bit of that swagger to you.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was single and I'd be drinking, like I'd be on that fuck. Bro, there was one time.
Shit. It's just correct. Oh my bad. Go ahead. There's this one time.
No, there was this one time. where I'm at this
Yeah,
bar,
band
right?
camp?
I'm at I'm at this bar, right? And like I'm just chilling, like I'm in town, like I don't really know anybody, just moved there. And I see this couple arguing, right? And like I was just like, okay,
Oh,
okay,
he about to say some disrespectful
okay.
shit.
Like, dog, I kid you not. Like the dude, like he gets up to go walk away, and I'm thinking he like went to the bathroom or whatever. And so, and like I said, I'm already at that point of no return. So like anything I do is just ignorant.
Yeah, about to say, because it sounds like a story where you
But-
deserve to get your ass beat. But go ahead.
as, as I'm walking around the bar, the dude comes back, right? And he sees me obviously walking up to his girl, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not about to let this dude punk me out in front of everybody. So I just slide right in between them. And then I hear, bro, and I was like, don't pay attention to him. I was like, what's up? And then, I mean, she ended up giving me like the cold shoulder and everything, and like, you know what I mean. But
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Like-
that right there.
Ain't gonna- He was
listen,
asking to get hit.
yeah,
Real
let
talk.
a-
He was asking to
let-
get hit.
Let a dude do some shit
Like-
like that to me. Talk about, hey, what's up? Like, bruh, I'm telling you, the meanest motherfucking right hook. I wouldn't even like I'm.
It's
I'm
not gonna
knocking
be
your
like,
ass
yo,
out,
what's up? Like,
Nah,
no
yeah.
words. Like,
No
I'm coming
words.
like
You know better than
clean.
that.
Just like,
Yeah. You know better than that. You lucky you ain't get your ass beat.
Woo!
You lucky. You
And I
must have
be-
been real
bro, I be
confident in
putting-
yourself. You must have been
I'll
real
be putting
confident.
myself. Well, I mean, one, I'm bigger than most dudes, so like, all right from the jump, people aren't trying to start fights. Like, you know what I mean?
A bottle would have
Like
came
that-
upside your head.
It
Shut
is-
the fuck.
But
I don't
I
care
be
how
like-
big you is.
bro.
You
I
get
be
your ass
doing like
hit.
when I make these reckless decisions, I go in with the mindset, right? Like, and it's just something that happens. Like I said, I get to that point of no return. Like, I'll
That
go in with that
alcohol and liquid
mindset.
courage.
That yep, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go talk to this girl, and if we got problems, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. Like, if he doesn't let me do what I want to do,
Man.
I'm gonna fuck him up.
That's a dangerous
Me,
individual.
I'm
He's a
I'm from
dangerous
Chicago.
individual.
I'm
Yeah.
from Chicago. You do that in my city, you're
Exactly.
done, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're not you like you will not be found. You will not
Bro, I
be
be
found.
putting myself in bad situations.
I guess.
Like,
Listen, that
bro,
alcohol be
remember
having
when we
Drake.
were in Europe, when we were in Italy?
What happened? And what happened?
It was during the World Cup.
Oh, yeah. So we told this story before, but yeah, we'll tell you this afterwards.
Oh my
Otis.
god.
But yeah, no, Jake,
Yeah, no, I be
Jake
being
definitely
dumb as
makes
hell.
yeah. But I think everybody does. I remember when I was in I was in Italy and what was it, man? I was saying like, cause I was kind of upset, yo. I was like, I had an expectation of Italy to be something, and we got to Rome and it was like okay, but it wasn't like all that. So I was mad as hell. when I
It's
was
not a
drinking.
singles like area.
Yeah,
like a
and I,
crack
it's
scene, you know?
exactly. You
Oh,
know? So I
no.
was,
No, it's
so
not.
Yeah.
I was drinking and we were like walking down, and I was like, "Yo, fuck Rome." I was
Bro,
like,
he was out loud, ignorant as hell.
I was like, "Yo, fuck this place." These
Yo,
like,
Rome is doo doo.
I was like, "This place is trash, yo." I was like, "Y'all bitches trash."
People like they be walking by looking like, what the fuck is this dude yelling about?
Ignorant as hell. I did get
Yo.
fucked up though, yo. Yeah, we got stories for days. We got to talk. We have an episode where we talk about like just the different things we did while we're traveling, so some
True,
different experiences. But just for the sake of this episode, let's continue on. So I know one of the things Otis you said was, you know, one of the ways to stop getting or to stop becoming a simp is just to get pussy, right? But for the guy who's in that situation, that's foreign to them, because if they could just get pussy, then they would have been doing it
Right,
by
then
now,
they
right?
wouldn't be there.
So the
you just
bigger
gotta,
question is,
if I-
the
go
bigger
ahead.
question is, how as a man, right? How do you go about? And I know you're taking it right now, but if you weren't taking, how do you go about, you know, finding a girl, you know, enticing her, charming her, and getting to that point where y'all are having relationships or relations?
I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because well, one, like I've never had trouble getting a girl just because, like, for one, I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'4". You know, like
Okay,
girls usually see me before I see them,
right.
Right.
and like my height kind of works to my advantage. But
You
like
ain't never trying to pull in BAE? Did you have a girl before the group?
we gonna talk about that off air. That is an off air conversation. But honestly, for one, cast a wide net. Like I don't understand
Yeah.
dudes that like just talk to one girl. Like if you're if you're completely single, why are you just talking to one person? Like
Fact.
True.
cast a wide net, talk to a bunch of different people, talk to and just see what clicks. Like have conversations. Like you don't always have to be in like, oh yeah, I'm trying to fuck. You can just say who like just find out who the person is, find out if there's an actual level of interest between y'all and then
Right.
go from
Some
there.
sort of connection.
Mm.
Exactly.
Like treat don't approach a woman like just because she's a woman. Approach her as a person and like establish some type of
Facts.
anything like anything you guys can talk about. Like whether it's you know
Hey, how's the weather?
whether it's anything that can
Foot
like legit
fetishes.
break the ice and
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah,
legit
yeah.
continue a conversation. You it's I don't know, man. It's just it's way easier than people try to make it. Like
I
just talk.
think, I think, a lot of the issues that men who are classified as simps or men who have difficulties getting, a woman or getting laid or however you want to phrase it. A lot of that comes from self-esteem issues. You know,
Yeah.
maybe the man is on it. Maybe they feel unattractive, so one of the things I think you have to address first is you have to take a look in the mirror and look and be like, yo, am I an attractive individual, right? And attraction is subjective, but there are a couple of things that can make you like universally attractive to different types of people. So again, like, are you healthy, right? I know a lot of people like to say body positivity, this, that, whatever, whatever. Listen, if you feel that way, you feel that way. I ain't gonna sit here and try to hold anybody. I'm gonna say as a man, from a man's perspective, if you're not getting no buns, all right, maybe it's because you look like
Wait,
shit.
hold on. Well, my phone got to die. I got to switch over to my tablet. I'll be right back, y'all.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, no, you
Call me
good,
right
you
back.
Okay.
good. We'll just continue. You go ahead and do you. So again, let me hide this camera while he does his thing. And Jake, just give me like the thumbs up when he comes back in.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So, what was I saying? The fuck. My
You were
bad. I lost my
saying,
train
and
of
yeah,
thought.
no, yeah, because no, it's what you say is true. If you go on the internet, right, to seek validation, you will
Right.
find it, right? You will find it somewhere.
Oh, body
And
positivity. That's what I was talking about.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So as a
but
man,
in the
again,
real world,
yeah,
exactly.
in the real world, as a man, y'all, listen. When you look in the mirror, you got to ask yourself: am I fat? Am I not well put
Mm-hmm.
together? Right. If you're not, and just be honest with yourself. Take a hard look at yourself and be like, would I want to fuck me if I was a chick? All right. And if your answer, if your answer is no, because you're like, you're
Hold on,
you're
is that a normal
sloppy.
question to ask yourself though?
What I'm saying is,
Is that
okay.
like
So let me rephrase that. All right. Let me rephrase that because that was a little weird. All right. Ask yourself if a chick had the characteristics that you had, would you want to fuck
right?
them? Right? If a chick was sloppy for you and whatever, as from your perception, your perspective, would you want to fuck them? If the answer is no, you got to address it.
But for the sloppy dudes out there, right? Let's say, because right now we are, and there's bound to be somebody, right,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to watch or listen to this that don't really know, like, what exactly, like
Mm-hmm.
when you're in that mindset, you're like, what is it that I'm doing or not doing, right? So you said like what you just said, like
Mm-hmm.
like detail it out, like what is sloppy or
Just work on
what
yourself,
is
man. We know what sloppy is. Let's listen. Listen, we're gonna cut the bullshit. All right, let's cut the bullshit. All right. I know a lot of people do this whole positivity and all this other shit. Listen, as a man, if you one of the things that women are gonna look at when they look at potential, hookup, boyfriend, husband, whatever. All right. They're naturally hypergamous, and I know people don't like hearing that shit, but they're naturally hypergamous. Most people are, but women
I don't
especially.
I don't know what that means. I've
So
never heard that word.
hypergamy means you look for people who basically have more than you or
Gotcha.
of a higher social status to you.
Right.
Can this person protect me? Can this person provide for me? It's an
Gotcha.
opportunity based like approach to things, right?
And what's the word? Hypergamy?
Hypergamy. Yeah, hypergamy.
Okay.
Hypergamy. So for those who
Okay.
don't know, yeah.
Interesting.
So women are just naturally hypergamous, all right. And if you're not hitting those, like if you're not hitting those wickets for them, you got to hit some type of wicket for them. Can he provide
Exactly.
for me? Can he? Is he the type of guy who, if another guy tries to, do some bullshit. Can he protect me? Can he do whatever? If you're not hitting these wickets, you're not attractive to them. It's plain and simple, And I get it. There, some people are sapiosexuals. Oh, my bad. Some people are sapiosexuals, and some people, I'm not pansexual and only want certain things. Some people are bisexual. Some people like whatever. But again, I mean, if you're just not the type of guy who looks good, if you don't look good, people aren't gonna mess with you. All right.
Right.
And again, there are some things you can't control. Weight.
Right.
And your health, like your weight and all that stuff, you can control that. You can't control your physical features. So if if you got an ugly face,
right,
at least be a medium ugly dude and work out, get buff or some shit like that. And then at least you got an ugly face, but you swole. So it's like, something's got to give. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. But a lot of the times, I think that's what it is with these guys. They don't have. They're sloppy. They're not well put together. Low confidence, low self-esteem.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. If you want to get a girlfriend, if you want to be better equipped to deal with the opposite sex, you just got to fix yourself first and foremost. All right.
Right. Get a good haircut.
Get a good haircut. Listen, haircuts change the game, bro. A lot of y'all listen. We got Mr. B.A.E. in here. All right. I ain't shooting no shot to nobody, but I'm just gonna say this. All right. Some of you nerds, some of you people who identify as nerds, all right. Some of y'all need a haircut. Plain and simple. Y'all need an edge up. Y'all got that Super Smash Brothers, do going on, and that shit ain't gonna
rainbow lining.
Yeah, the rainbow lining, and that shit ain't working for you, man. So just get a haircut. A haircut would change you. You know what I'm saying?
I like how Jake put on his hood for this
part. I mean, you got these glasses. You got these glasses, right? And you think to yourself like, oh, these glasses are like, just get better looking frames. You know what I'm saying? Just do something. It's one thing when you're by yourself and obviously you're not trying to press nobody, but people like a well put together package.
You're trying to make yourself viable.
And the last thing, if you want to get laid, and I say this all the time, this is gonna give me a lot of heat. I know it, but stop stressing a bitch. Plain and simple, right? This for me anyway. This has always worked. My last girlfriend, my last serious relationship, I met her a while back, but when we started, she had a boyfriend before, I was talking to her, whatever. Then there's a period when she didn't have, a man, and she was going out there seeing whatever. So I had a homegirl at the time. She invited me to go out with her because it was her birthday. And it was a little birthday celebration. And this was in Japan. So I'm in this club in Ginza, and my ex at the time, or my ex now, who, I wasn't with her at that time, she was at the club, she looked good. And everybody, every dude in there was thirsting over her, grabbing her, trying to get her to talk to her, whatever. They were thirsting hard on her, right? And I mean, of course, I found her attractive, but I'm not going to, I ain't going to stress a bitch. I ain't going to sit here and put her on a pedestal, nothing like that. Cause that's just, I don't know. For me, it makes you look weak when you're constantly trying to like charm. Like when you're constantly trying to hey, you're so beautiful, you're way into some pussy. It makes you look lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I was like, whatever. So I was chilling, had some fun. I was talking to everybody else but her, and then we sat down at the table, and, she was like, oh, I like your, she said some shit like, oh, I like your shirt or some dumb shit. I was like, yeah, that's, appreciate it. She just said dumb shit. She just said some
horrible compliment.
No, it wasn't a horrible compliment. What I'm saying was she just said something.
It was just some basic shit.
Yeah, some basic shit, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, I was like, you look nice yourself. And then I was like, I was like, I see you out here doing your thing. Got a lot of dudes after you. That's what's up. You want to clean up tonight? And she was like, oh, they're all on me. They're all on this and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's a shame. I'm gonna go get a drink. I was like, I was not stressing her at all, bro. But again, conversation kept going, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and get your number, and then we could talk about some other shit later on, whatever. And bro, it went from that to a whole, year and a half, damn near relationship. So again, man, stop stop being so clingy and whatever, because it just makes you look desperate, and women.
And honestly, that's the greatest benefit of casting a wide net and talking to multiple people, because you're not putting all your focus on this one. When you can, it's okay, yeah, oh, you're not giving me the attention I want. Okay, cool, I'm gonna throw it somewhere else. That's where she wants your attention the most. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's just simple things that you can do to kind of change your whole approach to talking to women that like people just don't do. Just like
Yeah.
don't take it so seriously. Don't be like, oh, I'm about to go out here looking for my wife. Like you don't even know if you like this person yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's
you
facts
have to
though.
be able to, and one of the biggest things, you have to be able to handle rejection. I find it
Yeah.
weird nowadays that there are so many men who cannot handle rejection. And I feel like every man has to deal with that. Like I get that
Yep.
some women don't necessarily like the concept of rejection is foreign to them, but as a man, let's be honest with yourself. You've been rejected once in your life, right? And then it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But learn how to take that shit in stride and just keep it moving, yo. A lot of people, a lot of dudes, man, they get rejected and then they start going off the walls, yo. Like, oh, you a bitch,
Mm-hmm.
you this, you that, whatever, whatever.
mhm.
Like, bro, why is you doing that? It makes you look
Calling the
worse.
chick stuck up or something. It's like
Yeah, it
you
makes you
think
look
it's getting you
worse.
closer to getting the ass. Like what?
Exactly.
What are
And
you
then women
doing?
talk. So now not only are you now not only are you making yourself look bad to her, but now she's showing all her friends like, yo, look at this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look how desperate this guy is, or look how shitty this guy is. Man, as a man, you gotta learn how to just accept rejection and just keep it moving,
Facts.
man. Cause God, yo, so many dudes, and that's really be the
Mhm.
bane of it. Like they just, I get it, yo. And there's a difference between like rejection and like disrespect. You know, if she's not feeling you, she's not feeling you. Now, if she goes out of her way to say some like neck shit or whatever, you address it how you want to address it. But either
Mm.
way, whenever you're having a disagreement with a woman, guys, it's better to just keep it moving because 9 times out of 10, regardless of what you say, you're gonna look like the bad guy in the situation. So just keep it fucking
Mhm.
moving. Just
Facts.
just keep it
Facts.
moving. And another thing that I want to address too is you have to understand the difference between confidence and cockiness, right?
Mhm.
So,
Fine
um,
line. Very
there's,
fine line.
there is a very fine line, and you know what, Otis, I want you to define confidence for people, and then Jake, I want you to define what cockiness is to people. So,
Okay.
Otis, why don't you go ahead and let the people know your definition of confidence?
My definition, I can't talk. My definition of confidence, just being able to say that you are comfortable with yourself. You know what I'm saying, and you know what you are capable of. You know your worth without going on and being chauvinistic about it. Like you're not out there trying to stunt. You're not trying to, you know, gain unnecessary attention. You just know who you are, and then you act accordingly. I think
For
that's
sure.
the biggest thing, like,
Yeah.
knowledge of self. Like, you have to
Yeah.
know who you are to be a confident person. You
I
know what I'm
fucks with
saying?
that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And Jake,
Fucks with-
what do you think cockiness is,
I think
or arrogance, or however you want to define it?
uh I'd have to think about the difference between arrogance and cockiness. But
It's the
as
same,
far as
pretty much.
right. Well, I mean, they're different words, right? And there's probably a distinction somewhere, but
Okay,
that's yeah. Anyways, I
Semantics.
believe right.
that's
I
Jake.
believe that. Hey, man, words matter. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I believe. Uh, but I do believe that cockiness comes from insecurity, and
Hmm.
when you're cocky, you're compensating for something. You're showboating something.
Hmm.
Like there's actually uh this one girl, me and this one girl, we were hanging out. She was a bartender, so I'd go to her bar, every now and again, and they had this regular there, and this dude, he was the loudest person in the room. He always had to talk about the things he had, the places he went, the da 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 da, and so him being a regular and me coming around, every now and again, like we just naturally got to talking, right? And he was like all right and shit, he was all right. But then come to find out, dude actually started talking shit about me, and like, all of a sudden this
So
girl
some
comes
bitch
back,
shit.
bro. Yeah, all of a sudden this girl that I'm talking to, she was like, hey, remember, I don't know, whatever the fuck his name was. And I was like, yeah, what's up? Like, is he trying to like? Because there was one night where he tried like to invite us out to hang out or whatever. I was like, oh, is he trying to hang out again? Like, and she was like, no, he was actually like talking about you. And I was like, really? I
Mm.
was like, what was he saying about me? And I guess like he just didn't want to believe that like I was in the military or something, or I was lying
Yeah. So
about that
let's.
to try and get laid. and
You bring
and
up
so
a
I
good
was like,
point.
so he has to talk shit to he has to put me down while I'm not even there,
Mm-hmm.
right? to make himself feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Guys,
I
that's
was like,
not a good tactic. That makes you look like a bitch as well.
No, it's
You're
not.
like
mm-hmm,
as a man, if you have to talk down on another man to make yourself look better because you're trying to like again charm your way into some pussy,
exactly,
it just makes you look like
Like,
flawed. It makes you look
yeah,
weak because if you're talking down on someone else for the purpose of just trying to make yourself look better, then you already acknowledge that to some extent you already think that they're better than you. That's just how it
exactly.
is. So,
mm-hmm.
if that is your approach to try to talk to a chick, try to charm your way into getting into a woman's good graces, it's just gonna make you look flawed and it's gonna make you look weak. So, if I were to sit here and myself, if I were to sit here and just to add on to what you guys said, Otis, to add on your definition of confidence, I agree. I think you got to be confident, or you have to know who you are, be a person of like good integrity or whatever. But you also have to be a person who's just secure with that too. You have to be a person who's able to say like, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and I play to my strengths and I try to make my weaknesses less noticeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go about that and you acknowledge that, even if someone tries to like make a jab at your weaknesses, it doesn't bother you. Having a certain level of stoicism or whatever to who you are as a person, I feel like that's what confidence is as well. And then Jake, to add on to your definition of cockiness, yeah, I think people who, again, it stems from insecurities, but people who
Yeah,
always got to stunt and flaunt and try to like make it seem like they have something that they really don't have.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
That's what cockiness is. And I also think arrogance, or cockiness, arrogance, it's also
They play
just
into each other. Yeah,
overstating your like capabilities.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like just or trying to make yourself appear to be bigger than what you truly are. So
Right.
just don't be that guy, y'all. All right, be confident, don't be cockiness. And there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness. So just don't overstep that line. Don't overstep that boundary, because women, unless you have the accolades to show for it, a woman is
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
not going to sit here and think that you're this cool guy solely because of the fact that you got shit, you know? Um, and don't be the type of guy who's like, you're gonna want to be with me because I can do this, I can do that, whatever. Like, and this guy can't, and this guy won't. Like, stop putting other men down to try to get some booty. That's not gonna work ever. Because
Yeah, I
Unless
just
you're
like,
Jeff Bezos, unless
yeah,
you're Dan Bilzerian,
mm-hmm,
unless
mm.
you are.
exactly.
But I just don't get that. Like, why, if you are trying to approach a woman, talk to a woman, like, why would you even want to mention another dude? Like, why would that person matter? Like,
Thank
you
you.
know what I'm saying?
Again,
Like,
because they recognize to some extent that that person is better than them. That's really what it
Yup.
is. You recognize that that person either it looks better than you, or has more charisma or something like that. But that makes you feel some type of way because the one that you're vying for is paying attention to that person and not you.
Yep.
You know.
And I
So.
and I think that's to go back to my little story. I think that's what it was he was trying to get with girl. So he was trying to spout off whatever, and like
Mm-hmm,
and she was mad like and I
mm,
wasn't even sweating it. I was like bro, I was like he don't even matter to me.
mm-hmm.
I was like in all honesty that's actually more sad than it is like frustrating. I was
Yeah.
like because he feels the need to do that. Like his life is so pitiful that
Mm-hmm.
he has to talk about how pitiful other people are so nobody else really notices how bad he's doing. So like I was like it ain't even I've actually never seen him again after that. Like that was the last I
No
ever heard
reason
of
to
him. That
associate
was the
yourself with them either. I mean,
exactly.
right.
yeah, who cares?
So like
Yeah.
there's
I definitely
really
feel like that's a sign of weakness, though. 100%.
it is.
Yeah, I
It
had
is.
this. Yeah. Yeah. Let's not get into that because this be another really really long
It'll be a whole
episode.
nother rabbit hole.
Yeah. Right. So guys, we are rounding up to the 2 hour mark. So let's go ahead and just wrap a couple of things up. We'll talk about one more thing and then we'll say our closing remarks
Mhm.
and everything. So we talked about people simping, right? We talked about nice guys. Talked about um confidence and cockiness, right? And all this, I guess, kind of correlates to, at, again, it's three black men on this platform, right? The
Mhm.
qualities that you need to have in order to be like a good black man, a good man in general, and in order to be attractive to the opposite sex. So, are there any last little like tidbits or whatever that any of you guys want to? And we'll start off with you, Torture, and then we'll go. Otis will end us off. But is there any last little tidbits or little advice that you think will help a man either be confident or help a man with his self-esteem? You know, something that we touched
Yes,
upon today. So,
most definitely. And one of the biggest things, right, that I think everybody has to realize, woman or man, is you need to know that not everyone's gonna like you, right? You can look as good as you can, but you're not gonna look good to everybody. So,
Mhm.
you just present yourself well, wear some nice fitting clothes, get a good haircut, put on some deodorant, basic basic personal maintenance. You know what I mean? Basic personal maintenance. And just with that, like with what Otis was saying earlier, if you're gonna approach a woman, approach her like a person, right?
mm,
And if she rejects you, don't be like, oh, whatever, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, whore, da, 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 da. Like, don't start popping off. Don't start like because she'll make it known that she's not interested, you know. And if she ain't
mm-hmm,
interested, you just keep it pushing, plain and simple.
for sure.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and so for myself, what I'll say is, again, we touched upon a lot of different things, but I think in order to help you guys, or if anybody is watching this, and you want to be a person who is having more success dealing with the opposite sex, and just a more comfortable person in general, right? Find a passion, find something that you want to do, something constructive, and something um that how should I put this? I don't want to say is elevated, but something that's like important, or that puts you ahead of the game in some perspective, and then work on the qualities that you'll need to develop in order to achieve that goal, right? Because a lot of the
Mhm.
times I feel, again, we talked about hypergamy briefly, right? But one of the biggest things for in that regard is that a woman, and this can go both ways, but again, we're men, so most women, they look for someone who is goal oriented. They look for someone who is either at that position or going to be in that position where they can provide, where they can protect, they can, be a good father figure to their children, et cetera, et cetera. So when you have a goal and when you have something that you want to succeed in and you want to become successful, you're naturally going to have to gain certain attributes in order to achieve that. Whether it's persistence, dedication, the resilience to, receive criticism and keep on moving forward. Like, all those things will you'll have to develop those attributes one at a time. But again, as you're making your way towards that goal, as you're on that path to achieve that goal, you're naturally going to become a completely different type of dude, right? And women are going to find that attractive. And again, just stop seeing sex as like the end game. That's another thing too. A lot of
Yep.
men, a lot of men see, like, like their goals are, I need to get pussy, I need to get a chick, I need to, be that dude who
Yep.
just having sex, 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 sex. Listen, be about your purpose. Be about finding like a goal, or accomplishing a mission, and then everything else is like, you know, it's cool to have, but you're not really worried about that. You're worried about achieving your goal, because again,
Mhm.
women can sniff out a guy who's desperate. They really can. So when you become a man who isn't desperate and a man who's just like, I mean, we can talk or we cannot talk, but either way, I'm doing this. So either you come on board or you leave me the fuck alone. Trust me, it's gonna be way easier to not only communicate with them, because you're not constantly stressing like, oh, if I
Yep.
if I say this wrong, I'm not gonna be able to get no buns. So
Yep.
it'll make it easier to communicate with them, and it'll just make you overall more attractive to them. That's just how it is. So,
Mhm.
uh, and Otis, man, go ahead and wrap up today's show. So, what any
All
other
right, so
last little tidbits for men to be confident or whatever?
yeah, you hit the one that I actually wanted to end on, but I'll go to a different one. Is learn to match energy. Like, if you see a person, whether you're a man or a woman, is giving you so much energy, return that. But if you see that they aren't and you want them to give you more, like, learn to pull back. Like, it's not attractive when you are going like somebody's giving you 20 and you're doing 80. Like that's not gonna make them like more appeal, like you more appealing to them. Like it's not gonna help you. Like if
Mm-hmm.
they give you 20, give them 20. And if they decide to come closer to that 50 mark on their own, then great. If not, move on to the next one. It's not the end all be all. Like I like that whole mentality of just getting so absorbed into one thing or one person in this particular case is like it doesn't help you. Like if you are spending all your time on that, putting all your thought on that and energy on that, there's so much other things that you're missing. Not just other women, just other endeavors in general. Like
Yeah.
um, it's a J Cole line. Um, if you put half, I can't remember what it is, but basically he was saying if you put half of the energy that you put into chasing women into a craft, you'd be famous and rich. I can't remember the bar. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, like seriously, just match energy. Match that energy.
Was
If
that
a
born? Is that
girl
on
is
Born Center?
that's on Born Center. That's on Born
Yeah.
Center.
Born. I think that's the actual song too. Born Center. The actual. Shit. You know what? Now I want to look it up, but no, we'll post it probably later. Yeah. So again, everybody who's watching, we appreciate you guys. It's been another episode of the M.O.B podcast. Um, make sure you guys check out BAE Blurred Approved Entertainment on Facebook. You guys have a Twitter or Instagram, anything like that too, Otis?
Yeah, we got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's approved blurred instead of the full blurred approved entertainment. Instagram is blurred approved entertainment. YouTube blurred approved entertainment. Spotify. Anywhere where you listen to your podcast, we're there.
Yeah,
Um,
and
blurred,
any
blurred approved
upcoming shows or anything like that you want to tell people about?
Ooh, I can't talk about it yet, but I will be
Okay.
talking about a big project that we got coming up soon.
Hey.
Um, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
For sure. So again, it's been your boy DK. Remember, follow
Uh,
us on
I will.
Twitch. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So I will throw one plug. If you like reviews and debates, check out my podcast on Sundays, Loose Cannons. It's also part of Blurred with Entertainment, but it's a fun show. I think we got a lot of perspective on there from different people.
Sundays at what time?
Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern.
5 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern. Yeah, so loose cannons, everybody. 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want to hear anything about debates and just get to know Otis and Blurred Approved Entertainment some more as well. So again, this has been another episode of the M.O.B podcast. Please make sure to like and follow and subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch if you guys are rocking with what we're putting out there. Again, I appreciate everybody who stopped by, all the viewers who stopped by and checked this out. And again, we will be just check in next time, all right? You know what it is. Saturdays at 12, all right? Saturdays at noon. Peace.